Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me today. Well, I am finally getting in a bit of a shorter video. I've had some longer ones recently. I picked up these little cuties in the All and Create, I think it was their Christmas sale or perhaps New Year's sale, but they had an excellent sale going on. I did post about it in my Facebook group. I really only do that when there's really good sales, because often there are some, there's lots of littler sales going on, but this one was really good and worthwhile for me to pay the postage. And so I grabbed on the left is the Strange Birds and on the right is the Spring Bird. But this inside the stamp has the definition. It says bird and then the definition of it. And I love this gorgeous birdie. And this looks like a focal point to me. And I've been trying to get in a couple of different images that are just not the butterflies and the love hearts and things and the flowers. And I thought that these ones would be great, but I didn't love the little definition in there. So I'm actually going to cut this out of these photopolymer stamps, which is okay. I'll keep the stamp for sure. I'm absolutely not going to throw that little part away. But I just didn't feel like it went in the bird. And so that's just entirely a personal choice. As I said, this is a beautiful stamp and I purchased it, so I do love it. But I'm going to use these together today. So I have this gorgeous big one, and then I have all of these sort of smaller birds as well. But I want to be a little bit brave and leave a little bit of white space. Probably in the end, I didn't end up doing this very well. But this is my goal, to be able to create some of the beautiful cards that have, clean and simple, I guess they're called, lots of white space. But anyhow, it doesn't really matter, because nonetheless, I love how this card ended up. So that's the bottom line of the story, really. But I am going to stack up these gorgeous little birdies so that they look like they're standing on top of each other. Now, there are birdies in both directions, which I appreciate. And I also I think it's called Strange Fish. That's the other one that I picked up. And again, it has the fish facing in both directions, which I love. But in order to get these stacking and sort of look like they're standing on top of each other without mixing up the stamped lines, I just stamped out their tiny little feet on a bit of masking magic, so just some masking paper, but you could use, even a post-it note would be fine, or some low-tack tape, and I'm just going to cut out their gorgeous little feet so that I can stamp them and they don't have sort of lines on top of lines. They look like they're actually standing on top of each other. So when you want to do that, the image you want at the very front of your scene, essentially, you have to stamp first, and then you end up covering him up. So all I need to do here is actually cover up his little gorgeous feet, and then I'm going to stamp the next bird. So I want to stamp him close enough so that he is, the top birdie is standing on top of him, which is good. We did that one. And then I'm going to pop on this little mask that I created for his little feet, and then this is where my bigger birdie. But I do think you could stack up 4 of the little birdies. I think that would look cute too. I just really love the style of these, and I must admit the packaging is what sold me. All of those bright, gorgeous colours that they have, so very whimsical, I guess, which I absolutely love. And I love that they're sort of playful and, quirky looking. I really love that. So that's what inspired me today. Of course, I'm going to pop over a layer of clear embossing powder. This is just because this means I just can't smudge my ink because somehow I always end up doing it. And it means I also don't have to think about which black ink I'm using and whether it's going to go with alcohol markers or the water I'm using or the, whatever it is, the media that I choose. So we are going to go with the alcohol markers today. Now I'm doing this super quick because A, this is a quick video, and B, you've seen me use these alcohol markers many times. These are the TriBlend markers. There are 3 markers in a barrel, the light, the medium, and the dark. And again, this just takes away all the thinking for someone like me who, it's not my first love to sort of go through pens and figure out which ones are going to blend together nicely and, which tones work together. So I just really love that all of the hard work is done for me. It is absolutely perfect for my level of colouring. I would say I use these a decent amount, and I use them more because of that factor that I don't have to do the thinking. So anyhow, if you are enjoying my Natasha content and you want a little bit more, I have my website, and here is the QR code. You can scan this with your phone, go to the website. It's natashafootecreative.com, and there are a whole lot more card making classes there. I've mentioned this before on videos, but I did an entire series of the alphabet last year in cards and card videos, and then this year I've started up a new series called the Year of Geometrics, and I'm going to be creating beautiful, simple, easy but stunning cards using just basic shapes, and showing you that you don't need to have every single die under the sun or every single stamp or every single new cutter or anything going, that we can create beautiful things just with some basics. So that is my goal, and this is the entire year, and I'm going to jam pack in as many videos as I possibly can into this year's series, which I'm really, really excited about. So come over and join me over there. I would really, really love and appreciate your support as well. But back to these birdies, I've gone around the actual birdies with a very, very light grey just to help them stand out. Then I gave them a light shadow to help them on the ground, to ground them and give them something to ground the image. And then this one here, there are birthday wishes and then more wishes, I think it's called. These are from Woodware, and I think they are almost gone. I couldn't find them at some of my usual places that I link to. So if you hunt now, you might be able to find some. But yes, Woodware and, of course, Creative Expressions are going. And so this is really, really sad because they are just one of my most favourite companies. Not that I have anything to do with them. I've never been in touch with them, never got in contact with anyone. But I just absolutely love them for their value, for their quality. I absolutely have really enjoyed using them. So I would say if there's something that you want of theirs, I would probably get it sooner rather than later. I know that I'm excited to get maybe a couple more of the bubble birds, a really, really cute series that came out not too long ago. But anyhow, then I am going to, I wasn't sure about, I wanted a funky colour in the background, and this gorgeous pink from Gina K is just absolutely stunning. Although there's not a lot of pink going on in the birds, I still think it works. And usually I would take a colour that is within the image and I would carry it on to the background. But you know, I think this actually works okay. I love the big, bold pink pop of the card base. And then I'm going to put a little bit of diamond stickles, mainly just on their wings and, you know, their tail feathers or their beaks or something like that, just to add a little bit of sparkle. And then, of course, I couldn't help myself. I'm going to add in a couple of little details. Now, this is basically controlled splatter. I'm using a black glaze pen, and I'm just adding in some different size little dots around the place. Again, controlled splatter. Then I'm going to add with a white pen, I'm going to add in a little few white highlights. This is completely optional. And then if you want to, you could also add in some little sequins or confetti, or pop some glossy accents, on their eyeballs, or lots of different things. Anyhow, I hope you have enjoyed this card because I absolutely love this one. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you think of these cutie little birds in the comment section down below. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.